Okay. Return visit to the Massacre Valentine's haunt. This was one that we weren't thrilled with last year. How was it this year, Laura?
Oh boy, I don't know. Well, first of all, I just want to say I do love the Massacre. Massacre is one of my top haunts every year for Halloween. I love the Christmas one. I love the Massacre, so I want to start off by saying that. Last year for Valentine's Day, they did the blackout with the glow stick. Didn't like it at all because you get a glow stick, but then they steal it from you, and then you're basically in the dark. And one of the things I love about the Massacre is the sets and the actors, and if you can't see anything, what it does, it just kind of defeats the purpose. And it was like that last year, but I thought, okay, I'm going to give it another chance. Did it. They gave us a glow stick, and the glow stick was actually pretty bright. It was brighter than when we had last year, so I'm like, okay, maybe this is going to be better. And when we got in there, I was holding the glow stick, so I was able to navigate. I mean, I can see just enough where it was effective. I was enjoying it. I thought there were some good actors in there. That one that we saw that was kind of like shaken and near the hospital. And it started out fine. Like, okay, this is going to be good. It's going to be better than last year. Well, while I'm walking through, I had 3 different people trying to grab the glow stick away from me, trying to take it. And I held on. I wouldn't let go. But then finally, not that far into the haunt, some guy came, an actor, and just yanked it out of my hand. And I couldn't hold on. He ripped it out of my hand. And I'm like, okay. Then I couldn't see anything. So basically, all the rooms we enjoyed, you couldn't see anything. Where the room with the bishop and the church scene, couldn't see anything. I didn't see him. And then the other problem was it wasn't fun anymore. It got to the point where, okay, I don't want to get hurt because I couldn't see where it was going. And I couldn't even find, I got lost. I was walking into walls, and then Brian actually started leading us, and I was just following him. But there's parts in there that, there's actually bridges and walkways, and then there's one room where the floor, it kind of like shuffles underneath you. And, it's rough enough when it's light. You kind of have to be careful so you don't fall. And being in pitch black and in the dark, I was afraid of getting injured. And I did hit my head one time in there because I couldn't see, and I whacked my head on a wall. So to me, it was more of a safety issue. I couldn't wait to get out. I was like, I'm done. I don't like it. So I love Pedo the Clown. We saw him. He was great. And in the beginning, when I had the glow stick, was fine. I enjoyed that part. But after that, I didn't like it at all. And I hate to say this, even though, because this is usually one of my Hall of Fame haunts, usually 5-6 chainsaws. I'm going to give it 1 this time. And the only reason why I'm giving it 1 chainsaw is for Pedo and some of the actors that in there that were good, that I still liked. And there were a couple rooms that if you saw a little bit of light, they were okay. But it just wasn't enjoyable this time. I hate to say it, but I do love the Massacre, and I'm looking forward to Halloween and Christmas again. But please, I won't go back to another blackout for Massacre. I'm sorry. But hopefully, like I said, I still enjoy the other ones, and it's still a Hall of Fame without it being a blackout.
All right, our last Valentine's haunt, another blackout haunt. This was the Massacre in Montgomery, Illinois. Very first time visiting from out of town, all the way from Pennsylvania. What did you think?
I would not go back to the Massacre, I'll tell you that right now. What I didn't like, okay, we had VIP tickets, and they gave per group 1 glow stick to help you go through. And we had the glow stick, and very early on, as we were walking through, they took the glow stick from us. So we had nothing to see. It was totally dark. You were more concerned about where you were walking and trying to find your way than to be able to see the characters or any of the sets or anything. So it was very, very disappointing. And I rated a 1 chainsaw. The only thing that I did like was Pedo the Clown.
Everybody likes Pedo.
Yes.
In the world of horror touring, we see a lot of things, and sometimes things are good, sometimes things are bad, but this particular review, I'm going to say 2 words in the same sentence that I never thought I would say, and that is massacre and terrible. This Valentine's Day blackout was awful. I'm glad it was the last one of the night, because we had the good ones ahead of time and we went to the Massacre, it was just awful. Laura mentioned we had a glow stick. Average. Yes, we knew it was a blackout going in. We wanted to give it another shot, as we often do. And the glow stick was adequate.
It was adequate.
Okay.
I was enjoying it at first. I thought, oh, it's going to be okay.
It was okay. It's not the best lighting source. I would prefer something else, but it was okay. But when that glow stick disappeared, as Laura mentioned, it turned into, I just want to get out of here. And that was my feeling. I thought, this is a waste of time. Because we had 2 guests with us, 2 guest tours that don't normally come. So their experience was completely ruined, essentially, because we, Laura and I, at least we know what the layout is of the Massacre. We kind of know what to expect. They missed all the sets, they missed all the actors, they missed everything because they have no idea what to expect in there. And we wound up worrying about their safety and our safety, as well as fumbling around and thinking, I was thinking to myself, I just want to leave at the nearest exit. And when it gets to the point where you want to turn your cell phone on so that you can see, and if security comes and says, hey, get out, you're relieved, that is not the purpose of a haunt. That's not why we go to haunts, and frankly, I don't think it's why anybody goes to haunts. And people who go to the Massacre know that the Massacre has a reputation, and this is not indicative of the Massacre's reputation. There's nothing there. Why would you want to essentially have your sets ignored, have your actors ignored, and all of that for something like this? Not worth it at all, I have to be honest. It was just a non-fun experience. Again, Massacre and terrible in the same sentence this time around for the Valentine's Day haunt. I will have to say there were a couple of things. Pedo's always cool. He was on the outside. There was one area where there was a stained glass window, and there was a little bride, like a ghostly bride, standing in front, and she was a live actress. Nicely done, reflecting in the stained glass, and the darkness actually helped that area because the stained glass was illuminated from behind. One of the very few areas where there was any illumination. And the bride came alive, and that was a very nice effect. I'll say that. There was a guy who was in a straitjacket, and he had sort of a paper mache mask on, and he was kind of shaky. And
I liked him. That was when we saw the glow stick.
That was when we had the glow stick.
Yeah,
so
we
he was
can
good.
see him.
He was good, too. And a couple other of the actors were good, but all the nuances of the Massacre were lost there, and it became just a contest.
The sets are fantastic there, and couldn't see anything. I mean, the sets, it was a waste.
It just became one of those things where you just want to leave. And that's not why I go to haunts. I don't go to haunts so I can go home early. I go to haunts so I can enjoy myself. So I have to be frank here. It was absolutely terrible. I will not be back if there is another Massacre blackout haunt at all. And I've never said that about a haunt before. I could say that I've never said that I would never go back to a haunt, but I will never go back to a Massacre blackout haunt. And I'm giving it a 1 only for the few good things there. Please don't do it again.
Staticky. It is. My hair is like a static mess. They even made comments in the haunt when I went through the black under the thing, and my hair was like, shh. And someone said, "Oh, I like your hair's fuzzy." I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh boy. Oh, that's going on. Okay. No.
Am I on film?
Yes, you are, right? Film. No, but I'll cut it out. I'll edit it out. Okay.